some of your impressions of Notre Dame, and maybe start with Jeremiah Love and just what kind of athlete he is and what that rushing game, how hard it is to stop.
Yeah, he's a very talented back. They got two of them. I think they can both play really well, run really hard, jump over you. They can run around you, run past you. So very talented. So we're gonna have to do a lot to keep that run game in check. They can also catch passes out of the backfield. I think they did a nice job last week and really getting the backs involved in a lot of different ways. So we're gonna have to be ready for a lot of different, wildcat, throw it to them, split them out and empty. They did it all last week, so we gotta be ready for it. They're talented.
Yes, similarly, it's DJ Carr. How much have you seen him before as a quarterback, or are you just getting to learn about him more now, and then what does he bring?
Yeah, you're getting to learn about him now because he's younger, right? Haven't done a whole lot, but you watch him the first few games, he's very talented. And you got to account for him, in the air and on his feet, and then they have a couple of receivers that are really talented as well. So he does a good job of spreading the ball around to the playmakers. They're able to score points with the ball, get it to those guys outside, get it to the running backs, and he does a good job running the offense and distributing the football.
Are you getting the pass rush you want right now, maybe especially from the defensive end position?
It can always get better. Now a lot of that is game plan and what do we feel like we can get an advantage on, and sometimes we rush through, and so it does make it a little bit harder for those guys. But I thought the effort when we did rush through this past weekend was there. I mean, got I think 2 sacks, at least one on a 3-man rush. So they get back there on this 3-man rush, so they did well this weekend. But a lot of that is game plan wise and what we're trying to do, where we feel our advantages are versus their advantages. So it's not necessarily totally just on that.
Mike, do you feel like maybe the biggest problem with the defense right now is the chunk plays being allowed? I think they had 8 plays of 20 or more yards the other day, and hold them to a lot of field goals, but they're getting those advantageous situations with the big plays.
Yes and no. We don't want big plays against that team. If you really look at it, it was on the low side based on what they do and how they do it. So I don't necessarily think that's it. I think a big problem that we need to get fixed is on third downs, especially early in the game when you get off the field, both third and fourth down. We need to get off the field, and when we get off the field, it's as the team starts to go and they get more and more plays, defense gets a little worn, and they get to run more plays. They have more opportunities to score. We can't give them as many opportunities as we're giving them. We had several opportunities on third and long to get off the field and or not allow them to get to fourth and short. We need to take advantage of those opportunities, and that will, I think, then lead into giving up less big plays because we're giving them less opportunities. We need to give up less big plays. Our eyes at the defensive back level need to be better. Our discipline needs to be better. But if we can learn to get off the field on the opportunities that we have, we'll be a better defense.
Almost had a couple of interceptions, and through 3 games you have no takeaways. How do you start to create some of those to give some momentum?
Like you just said, we got to take advantage of opportunities. We thought through this past game that there was 4, kind of got to happen, and so we're going to continue to work on that, continue to change up the looks for the quarterback, and do what we can to, whatever we feel like our strength is going to be against their offense. Last week it was dropping 8 and letting him think about it for a minute, and he threw it to us 4 times. We just got to take advantage of those opportunities. It just depends on what the game plan is and what we're going to do. But one way or another, we got to confuse the quarterback, get him to throw us the football, and then catch it when he does.
Do you feel like forcing turnovers can be contagious? Like when you get one, it kind of snowballs?
Yeah, most definitely. I mean, it's playing good defense is contagious. So yeah, I think once we break down that wall, hopefully they'll continue to come.
Your coach Miles Slusher was all over the field. So
Yes.
just talking about Miles, thinking that the team is attacked the spirit.
Yeah, I thought he played the way that he is capable of playing. There are things that he could do better, but I think this past weekend eyes are in the right spot, he could be a really, really good football player. We have to be more consistent with having our eyes in the right spot and being focused, and he'll be able to make more plays like he did this weekend.
You talk about Smiley Bradford from East St. Louis. He's a guy that seems like he's making a move too.
Yeah, he's really come along. We've expanded his role in the defense. We've counted on him more with the things we want to do. We've become more multiple, and through that, you need a guy like Smiley who can cover, or if we need him to step down and play nickel, play Sam linebacker, he can also do that. And he's done it well. So his role will continue to expand, and we expect a lot.
I know this was earlier this season, but I don't know if you ever talked about it. Just the disconcerting signals thing. Kind of take us back to that. What did you guys do to incur the wrath of the officials, and what are disconcerting signals? Just to clarify for everybody.
So, it's, we make a large point about communicating and all being on the same page. We had a signal that was like a gator, like we were trying to be a claws monster, and we made a big point about keeping our hands open. And we get in the game, and we did it. We were also moving people around, and we were trying to get the defense set. And through all that, the offense jumped. Well, if you're a referee, you're probably going to look at it, see people's hands going together, and say, "Oh, they're clapping." So that's what it was. That's all it was. So, long answer for a simple explanation. They probably thought we were clapping. So we've changed things around to make sure that doesn't happen.
Disconcerting signals are you cannot replicate a hike or a hut.
We can't. You cannot clap. A clap is reserved for the offense. The defense is not allowed to clap their hands at any point.
Anything else you can't do?
Yes. Those words you said, like hut, hike, go, I think there are words reserved for the offense, there are words reserved for the defense. We are allowed to say move or shift.
Any other questions for Coach Shear? Why is Alex Sanford the one that you picked to be the third linebacker, and what does he give you in that look?
He's been physical, he practices hard. I have trust. We've been trying to share every week you're going to look at what did we not do well and how do we fix it. And we felt like for last week, putting him in that position was going to fix one of our problems. And I thought he did a great job. His role will continue to expand, and we expect a lot out of him.
Obviously, I don't know if we'd seen you guys do a 3 down front in the first 2 games at all. I don't really understand it much in preseason camp, frankly. Is it something that you expect to be able interchangeable during the game always? Is it more matchup dependent?
Yeah, it'll always be matchup dependent. What we feel like we have to do to play the best defense that we can for that specific game and specific scheme and specific situation currently happening on the field. I would hope that as coaches and players that we can do things like what we did when we need to, like go to a 3 down front, so that we can always be in the best possible situation to stop whatever we need to go against. We need to be multiple. We need to be able to do a lot of things to get the job done. And we're going to coach, and we're going to practice and play and do the things we need to do to play the best possible defense we can.
Any more questions? All right, thank you, Coach.